Hi, my name is Kate Major, and I am very happy to take you through a short introduction course in the tarot. The tarot is a deck of playing cards, and unlike the 52 playing cards in a regular deck of cards, the tarot has 78 cards in it. There are many different types of tarot cards available in today's market, and for the purposes of this introduction, I'm going to leave it to your imagination to use whatever cards that you might have available to you, or to later purchase a set of cards. It's not so much the right set of cards, it's finding the set of cards where the images resonate with you. As I said earlier, a tarot deck has 78 cards. 56 of those cards are comprised of what they call the minor arcana, and 22 of the other cards are called the major arcana. Minor arcanas have 4 different suits, very similar again to a deck of playing cards. The 4 suits in the minor arcana are the wands, and wands represent your raw spirit, your life force energy, your get up and go, your charge. The second suit is cups. Cups is like the suit of hearts, so anything that opens the heart. So of course love opens the heart. Loss of love also opens the heart. This is how we learn compassion for each other. This is why we call loss of love heartbreak, because the heart opens. Cups also relates to art, music, nature, beauty, because sometimes you can come upon a piece of art or listen to a piece of music. The moment you hear that music, your mind stops and your heart flies open. You can be having a horrible day, and then you step outside and you see a flock of birds flying through the sky, and again suddenly your mind stops and your heart opens. So this is how nature works with the energy of cups. Cups is also an energy that relates to anything that you do for your own self that has nothing to do with practical things like putting food on the table or even keeping your body healthy. The cups draw you deeper into yourself. So it's any kind of activity that draws you from the surface of your life into the deeper, wider dimensions of your life. And so meditation is such a thing, or even learning to read the tarot cards takes you from the surface of your life into the deeper dimensions of your life. So the cups relate to the emotional self. They also relate to the feeling aspect of yourself. The third suit is the suit of swords. And swords in a traditional deck of playing cards relates to spades. However, in a deck of tarot cards, the swords relates to the aspect of the mind. And for everybody, the mind was depicted as a sword, because for everybody, our minds are double-edged. Your mind can be your best friend, or your mind can be your worst enemy. When your mind is your best friend, your mind gives you a perfect solution. When it's your worst enemy, your mind keeps you up at night, obsessing upon a certain problem, going over it and over it again, without ever coming to a solution. So in this way, the mind can be your healer, or the mind can be your slayer. Swords also relates to the aspect of the mind when the mind is very clear and it's able to penetrate into the future, and you're able to use your mind to set a goal and then use your mind to break that goal into its logical linear pieces. Again, that's the positive aspect of using your mind. However, the downside of that is sometimes you can set a goal, and that goal actually stops you from living your real life. As someone once said, life is what happens while I'm making plans. Or there's another expression, I make plans and God just laughs. So this is the aspect of swords. It's a double-edged aspect. I often look at swords in a reading, and the question that Shakespeare posed was to be or not to be. And in the swords, the question is to direct the flow of energy or to go with the flow of energy. And I'm often able to discern in a reading and to teach you how to discern in a reading whether now is the time to direct the flow of energy or now is the time to go with the flow of energy. The last suit in the minor arcana is the Pentacles. Pentacles in a deck of cards relates to diamonds. Diamonds come from the earth, so they also relate to the earth elements. And in our practical lives, they deal with money, work, career issues, also your physical health and physically where you live. When I talk about pentacles relating to money, I'm speaking to the flow of money in and out of your life. Work is anything that I consider work to be anything that you do once you open your eyes and your feet hit the floor and you're out of your bed. Whether that work is paid for or not paid for, it's how do you express yourself in your physical daily life. This is a physical activity that you're doing. Even if you're simply reading a book all day long, that is still a physical endeavor that you're involved in. Pentacles also relates to career. It also relates to schooling. Pentacles also relates to the condition of your physical body. So if there are lots of pentacles in a reading that have murky or dark undertones to it, then I'll often advise somebody to consult a health practitioner. And depending on the other types of cards that are around these pentacles, that health practitioner that I recommend may be somebody in the medical tradition or somebody in an alternative field tradition. Pentacles also relate to physically where you live. And oftentimes changing our location can change our souls, can change our physical health. It can change the way we express ourselves in the world. So sometimes the grass is greener on the other side, and sometimes it really is a state of mind, and you actually can stay in the same place, and all you need to do is change your state of mind. However, the cards around the particular pentacles would tell you whether there's a physical move that needs to be made, or whether it's a change in a state of mind that will help your physical environment become more conducive to you. So the four aspects are physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. Now, on top of the 56 minor arcana cards, there's a very special set of cards, and they're called major arcana cards, and there are 22 of them. And they are numbered from 0 through to 21. 21 traditionally used to be the age of majority when we moved from childhood to adulthood. 21 in the tarot cards is called the world because it's an absolute positive graduation of all the lessons that you've learned to date. So the world card is a wonderfully auspicious card to have. The major arcana cards are often called gateways, and they're gateways to deepening your soul. And let's turn that off. Sorry, I don't know if it can back up.